Okay, 3.1, we are factoring. So a quadratic expression is when it's an x squared, and then we sometimes have an x and a constant. So factored form is this, x minus 6, x plus 8, and then we call these numbers roots. So 6 and 8, actually 6 and negative 8 are roots. It's the opposite sign. So I'm going to just start by what you know. We're going to multiply these and get this factored form into standard form. So remember, we split our first binomial and write the second one twice. And then we would multiply. So x times x is x squared. X times 8 is 8x. Negative 6x. Negative 6 times 8 is negative 48. And then you would combine these middle two. So positive 8 minus 6 is 2. So x squared plus 2x minus 48. This is called standard form. And now we're going to go the other way. Okay, so we're going to factor this. And guess what? We already know what the answer should be, but we're going to go through it. So identify ABC. Just A is the first number by x squared. C is the last number, and we're going to multiply those. So 1 is the number by x squared. 1 times 48 is just 48. I'm ignoring the negative for now. We'll get to it, okay? And then we want to find factors that add or subtract to B. B is the middle number. So we're looking for numbers that add or subtract to 2. So I have 1 times 48 is 48. 2 times 24 is 48. Does it divide by 3? I don't know. Let's see. 3 times 16 is 48. 4 times 12 is 48. It doesn't divide by 5, but if you're not sure, just use your calculator. Okay, 6 times 8 is 48. I'm going to stop there because that's the lucky one, right? We have 6 plus 8, 8 minus 6 is 2. So I'm going to rewrite B. That's step 3. So instead of 2x, I'm going to write it as positive 8x minus 6x. And then x squared and negative 48 just come down. So all I did was I rewrote that middle term. Okay, group the first two terms and the last two terms. So I'm going to do that with parentheses and take out the greatest common factor. So in our first one here, the greatest common factor is just x. This has an x, this has an x. So we're going to divide both of those by x and remove x, and we're left with x plus 8. On the second group, 6 and 48 both divide by 6, but we're going to, whenever this leading number is negative, we divide by negative. So I'm going to divide both of those by negative 6. And my leftover is x plus 8. Does this look familiar? Look, this step lines up with this step. This step lines up with this step. Okay, last thing is to get to factored form. So this one that we see twice is actually just one factor. And then what we have on our outside is our first factor. And that's factored form.